Before we get to the final scores and rankings of the RPG Maker Anything Goes contest, I just wanted to preface this by saying I really enjoyed playing all of the games, and all 4 entries had a little bit different something about them that was really cool and really unique, and this is what I love about RPG Maker in the first place. So it was just great to experience that on that level. That said, let's check out the scores and rankings of the RPG Maker Pavilion Anything Goes contest. Number 4, Legend 2 3D. This game really threw me for a loop when I first opened it with the crazy Mode 7-ish 3D perspective going on. But it's actually really fun, and there's a lot of little neat quirks about it, and it's got a lot of self-referential humor about RPGs in general and all that kind of stuff. The clouds whipping by all the time was very bizarre, but unique as well, but yeah, I didn't know what to make of it. There was a good fight system, and there was a cool stamina system for running and whatnot, so that was impressive. And there seemed to be a decent amount of thought into the battle system and, just how much was put into that and whatnot. I do have to admit that some of it got a little bit annoying with the annoying bats, go figure, and they seem to have done their job. And you did have to do a bit of grinding, but all in all, it was a fun experience and I enjoyed it. If you watched a Let's Play, I did die a few times, but it was fun. It's a fun, short experience that was pretty damn great, so great job. I also liked how when you went through a door, you just automatically went to wherever you were going. That was kind of impressive without the loading time and all that kind of stuff, so kudos to that as well. Overall, I just gave the whole experience of Legend 2 3D a C+. Number 3, America's War on Terry. This game was short, but it's got a lot going for it. First of all, there's a really cool branching pathways and different ways you can answer questions and whatnot, and that really kept you invested in what was going on in the cutscenes and how you wanted to answer certain questions. There's a lot of cool things going on with the different cutscenes and what was exactly pulled off in different ways, and I really appreciated that as well. I really liked the part where you had to run around and get as much stuff as you can as the timer went down and just had to gather what you could. Little things like that was a really nice touch and actually involved you in the story of what was going on and kept you paying attention. And there was actually some pretty cool plot twists along the way, and even in the very end. Overall, this was pretty damn impressive, and I give it a B. Number 2, Deity Chronicles Demo. Even for a demo, this is a pretty epic project. You can tell there was a lot that went into this, and there's a lot of custom art and a pretty damn long story, even just for a demo. You can tell a lot of love went into this and a lot of thought. You can also appreciate all the different branching pathways as far as there's some sub-quests that you can do that you can just totally ignore if you want. And this too had a lot of different gameplay elements and like sneaking in or deciding to go head on. That was a really cool option where you could decide how you wanted to handle something. You could tell there was a lot of care into character details and just what they were equipped with and what they couldn't equip. And there's just tons of stuff and different villages and all sorts of things that it's just an epic project here, and it's very obvious that there's a lot of work going into this, so you really have to appreciate what's going on here. I also liked how you could go to different skits and whatnot, and there'd be a bit of dialogue between characters for each new area. That was a really nice touch. There were a few bugs and a little bit of confusion on where to go sometimes, but I'd say just my main criticism was that the writing seemed to be a little aimless, and the characters, you couldn't exactly know where they were coming from all the time. And I know it's hard to do that, I totally understand that, but I felt some of the other titles pulled that off better in letting us know where they're coming from and whatnot. And I know this is a demo, so I have to keep that in mind. But sometimes it seems like you're going right to the next thing without exactly knowing why. And I know this is like you're trying to accomplish certain goals, but I didn't so much care about certain characters and how they relate to each other and whatnot. That's just a small thing, but I'm just trying to give a little advice. And overall, I still give this project a B+, because it's really pretty fantastic, all the work that's gone into this. That said, let's go on to number 1. And the contest winner for the Anything Goes RPG Maker Pavilion contest in 2013 is How Badly Do You Want It? The main reason this game won is for one word: ingenuity. There are so many different gameplay types and different ways you can play the game, it's pretty staggering. The plot isn't super serious or it's not the most complex, but really it does its job. The characters are diverse and they all have their own things and they all have their own jobs. And it's an interesting format in that you have so long to get to accomplish a goal. And if you don't, you lose, whatever. But you keep on going to this game show where you might play different games, and the different games all have different gameplay. This is insanely impressive to me, and it's pretty impressive for an RPG Maker project, so I just have to take off my hat to that. That said, there's still a lot of great humor in the writing, and the item types, and the descriptions, and everything that goes on with that. There's just a lot of charm, and overall you will find yourself deciding whether or not to bid high or low on the different games to see if you get there. And I know that you can pretty much coast by not participating in the games, but I actually think you're doing yourself a disservice by not checking them out and seeing what's been done here. If you want to check out my Let's Plays, you can see a lot of different games, and I don't think I even got to them all. But I was very impressed with all the different adventure and Twitch-type games and strategy that was just pulled off with this tool. And I think it fits the anything goes theme the best. So hats off to How Badly Do You Want It, and congratulations. Well, that wraps it up, and I actually do hope you guys do check out these RPGs and the rest of the RPGs that are out there. I hope we have more things like this. It was really fun to play them, and go make some RPGs, go play some RPGs, check them out on YouTube if you don't have the time to play the RPGs. I really did enjoy all of these projects, and I think they all should be commended for what they accomplished here. Even though I mentioned, C, C+, or whatever to A, the fact is that these were all above average, and I enjoyed playing them, and you should check them out too, and just see what's out there. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.